It's Monday, July 10th. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Good morning. Topping your headlines, a Suffolk teenager has given the gift of life to 3 people. Robert Bush's liver and kidneys were donated to people living in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. As Newsday has reported, the football player collapsed during conditioning drills at Newfield High School 1 week ago. His family says Robert remained on life support until his organs could be transplanted. Wake services will be held for the 17-year-old tomorrow and Wednesday at GOV Funeral Home in Selden. He'll be laid to rest on Thursday next to his mom, who died in 2017. 2 people were hurt in this crash in Farmingdale. Fire officials say a car with 2 people inside slammed into a house here on Park Avenue at 6:30 last night. No one inside that home was injured, thank goodness, but first responders say there was some structural damage to the house. Governor Hochul declaring the state of emergency after deadly storms ripped across the state. Officials say at least 1 woman drowned while trying to evacuate her home in Orange County last night. Slow-moving storms dumped up to 8 inches of rain in parts of the state overnight. Crews are out now assessing the damage. They're illegal to ride on our roadways, but police say that hasn't stopped some drivers from tearing down the street on ATVs and dirt bikes. NewsdayTV's Steve Langford explains how law enforcement is handling the situation in Suffolk.
On a summer Sunday, this kind of carefree wheeling in the mud may or may not be your cup of joe. But it's within the law to let her rip here at Moto 1 Long Island Dirt Bike and ATV Club in Calverton.
I'm able to operate legally. As a private club, we're not open to the general public.
It's illegal, all-terrain vehicles and dirt bikes on public roadways like William Floyd Parkway that has led to a crackdown by Suffolk County Police and other law enforcement agencies.
We're seeing a huge uptick in the public nuisance that's created with these large groups of ATVs, dirt bikes, and all-terrain vehicles that are now basically commandeering local roads, interrupting traffic, causing traffic hazards, and it's becoming a big problem.
From the pavement to the Pine Barrens, authorities have beefed up targeted enforcement against ATVs and dirt bikes operating illegally and sometimes recklessly.
They will stop those vehicles. They will issue citations and summonses to the operators of those vehicles, as well as impound the vehicles in question.
We'd be weaving in and out of traffic, stopping at stoplights at major intersections and holding traffic up just for a thrill or to promote fear and to promote terror.
So far this year, Suffolk police have issued more than 100 citations for infractions including speeding and driving while intoxicated to dirt bike and all-terrain vehicle drivers.
What we did was we increased the redemption fees for that to make it more difficult to get them back. Doubled the fines and actually doubled the redemption fee.
Offenders now face fines of $3,000 to retrieve an off-road vehicle after a second seizure by law enforcement. Authorities say they're now seeing a decrease in reports of menacing vehicles on area roadways. Back in Calverton, the dirt bike and ATV club owner says those riding illegally are muddying his reputation.
Well, certainly it gives all bikers a bad name, right?
Cleaning up the mess. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
To read more about the ATV and dirt bike crackdown in Suffolk, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Only on Newsday, passport delays are putting the travel plans of many Long Islanders in jeopardy.
Just frustrating, stressful. Just so stressful. You don't know what to do. You have no answers. Is it coming? Is it not coming? I kept checking, constantly checking the status of his passport. Just, you don't know what to do. It's like you're stuck in limbo.
Maria Sederas says she applied to renew her son's passport back in March for a family trip to Italy July 20th. The Babylon woman says the application still hasn't been processed. The State Department says the delays are a combination of staffing shortages and an unprecedented demand for travel. You may not have to travel far to see the northern lights this week. The aurora borealis can typically be seen in Alaska, Canada, and Scandinavia. Experts say the sky show will be visible across several states, including New York and Massachusetts, on Thursday. But a Stony Brook University astronomy professor says head upstate for the best chance to see the lights. Scattered thunderstorms today, highs around 81 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, and we're going to cool down to the 60s. Tomorrow, no rain. That's what we want to see. All sunshine with highs around 88 degrees. And here's a look at your futurecast. You can see that the rain is going to clear up by Monday night, just in time for a perfect beach day Tuesday. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Watch NewsdayTV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say install Newsday. NewsdayTV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
A trading card illustrator got his start right here on the island, and now his work is being admired by millions. Ken Buffa has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
While most artwork admired by millions hangs on museum walls, the art adored by millions of Magic the Gathering players is shuffled, folded, and played with. The wildly popular trading card game and the Lord of the Rings universe has come together, and some of the art wedged between players' hands was created by an illustrator who got his start here on the island.
Honestly, I think just having a bit more space than being in the city.
Irvin Rodriguez began his artistic journey in Ronkonkoma with his first gig out of college.
Being in Long Island, I had a little bit more space, and kind of just being surrounded by nature was pretty inspiring.
These are some of the cards Irvin illustrated.
End of building will be 8:30 on the dot.
Long Island card shop owner Joe Aprano says he loves learning about the face behind the cards.
So seeing a local artist being able to be portrayed on these cards is actually really cool for that.
Players agreed.
It's on this one too.
And were delighted to hunt for Irvin's name while opening the new set.
Now, though Lord of the Rings has plenty of art on its own, you wouldn't believe where some artists were told to go to get inspiration for the art on these kind of cards.
We went for a little hike in the forest for a few hours, having these deep conversations. I imagine like hobbits do.
So while these works of art may not be the Mona Lisa,
I got a ballistic boulder. Enter combat and attack for 2.
You don't have to look too far to find smiles.
It's a different feeling knowing that we have a piece of Long Island here on Long Island as well.
In Deer Park, Ken Buffa, Newsday TV.
I got a feeling Ken has a new hobby. Well, Ken says Long Island card players tell him the game is always more fun when there's a local flair. I agree with that. From berries and donuts to magic ice cream, Macy Eglin takes us to Mattituck in today's Destination Downtown.
The East End of Long Island is a summer season hotspot with so many fun family activities, and Mattituck is one of the tastiest destinations.
This time of year, East End farms are very busy. And here at Patty's Berries and Bunches, there's always something fresh to pick and enjoy.
I took a different direction and chose berries because I like them and flowers because I love them.
This family farm has been around since 1975. Patty grew up right across the street, and all summer long, you can pick your own seasonal berries and even enjoy a few along the way.
They can come out, see how they're grown, walk up and down the rows, pick a box, eat a box.
Plus, take a walk through a beautiful blooming flower fields and bring home a gorgeous bouquet.
It's just a different world that a lot of people don't have access to.
This North Fork hamlet also has a great little downtown. All along Main Street and Love Lane, you'll find great shops and tons of locally owned restaurants.
And for those with a sweet tooth, Mattituck is the place to be. Sink your teeth into delicious donuts from appropriately named North Fork Donut Company.
So our donuts are yeast donuts. They're fermented donuts. That's why they're so light and fluffy and airy.
These creative toppings have made North Fork Donuts a family favorite since they opened their doors in 2018. They moved into this new location on Love Lane and handcraft the treats here every day.
A lot of creative people, a lot of talented pastry chefs coming up with all of our flavors flavors on a weekly basis and really trying to put out the best product we possibly can.
And the sweetness doesn't stop there. Top your day off with a scoop of homemade ice cream at Magic Fountain.
We make spicy, we make savory. You want something off the beaten path, we have it.
It's been a staple here for decades, serving up incredible cones and sundaes. Ali took over in 2007 and uses local products to create his unique flavors.
I'm waiting for some of the stuff that I grow in my backyard. I'm waiting for the peppers to ripen so we can make a chocolate chili ice cream with that.
Everything else he buys from local farm stands to create 62 year-round flavors, seasonal specialties, and even vegan varieties. Certainly a sweet spot to enjoy the summer season. For Newsday TV in Mattituck, I'm Macy Eglund.
A lot of gems in one place. I love it. For more on Destination Downtown Mattituck, just go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. We hope you have a great Monday. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.